Rihanna is one of the biggest stars on earth. She's a certified defining pop star for the digital age. Honestly, throughout the 2000s and up until the mid 2010s, nothing felt more appropriate than hearing a good Rihanna single during summertime. Rihanna is a pop star that often played to her strengths and mastered achieving one massive hit after the other. Even if you're not a Rihanna fan, the consumption of her singles is enough to gauge who she is as an artist, and I think people who are fans of pop music are at least sure to find a few singles that they like. Personally, I'm more of a regular listener of Rihanna, and there's a lot of nostalgia tied to some of her hits for me. Of course, I'm familiar with her singles discography because how could you not be? She's Rihanna, and I do appreciate some of the stuff she's done. Aside of simply being a catchy song, I do think there are some genuinely great artistic moments to come from some Rihanna singles. And her tone. Rihanna has such a unique tone that can effortlessly meld into so many different styles. While Rihanna the pop star is still pretty much on vacation at this point in time, we'll be going over her career and the singles that built them. Forewarning, this is not an objective rating, so I'm not basing the ranking off of status or what the singles did for her career. I'm ranking them off of my personal liking. Only singles and no promotional singles will be included in this ranking. This girl has a ton of hits, 14 number 1 hits alone, so I'll try to get more detailed on why I like a song as the list gets shorter. Number 1, Titus High, Cardinal Official, and Rihanna. This might not be one of Rihanna's most memorable moments, and it's understandable why when listening to it. A young Rihanna is singing Blondie and feels like a mere placeholder. Lift Me Up. Rihanna's return to music released in 2022 for the Black Panther soundtrack. It makes the list as one of my least favorite Rihanna singles because it just does nothing for me. Rihanna has released great and compelling ballads before, this one just feels like an afterthought. Believe It with Party Next Door, passable. Lemon, I like Rihanna's energy on this song and that's about it. Towards the Sun, it's a pretty typical soundtrack song and that's about it. It's not bad, but certainly not something you listen to on repeat. Unfaithful, Rihanna's very first ballad single. It's cheesy and dramatic, it's like it was made for a made-for-TV movie. This is also before Rihanna truly found her vocal comfortability in bigger songs, so it's rough around the edges. It's an important landmark in her career, but ultimately she would go on to make ballads that would blow this completely out of the water. Rockstar 101. This is what happens when you try to adopt a rock image without the actual rock edge. And the thing is, Rihanna has the presence and coolness to pull off something rockier and darker, but this song does not showcase it. Raining Man was not needed on Loud. Princess of China with Coldplay. This song is just incredibly boring. Break It Off with Sean Paul. Break It Off was a top 10 hit but has not endured much, and I think it's partially because Rihanna's presence on this song comes across lukewarm at best. Fly with Nicki Minaj. One of Rihanna's more impassioned moments while playing the role of a hook singer, instead of our beloved bad girl. California King Bed. This is one of those songs that wasn't necessarily inescapably massive, but very popular, and this song has never been a favorite of mine. It sounds like a song specifically made for an advertisement. 4 5 Seconds. Paul McCartney and Kanye. A unique and stripped back offering that marked an interesting and new creative turn in Rihanna's career. This is what you came for. It has some interesting moments, but when it comes to EDM this is one of her tamer efforts. The Monster with Eminem, the less of her collabs with Eminem. Too Good with Drake, the less of her collabs with Drake, even though they do have creative chemistry. Live Your Life with T.I. shows that even as a hook singer, Rihanna has an undeniable presence that can make or break a song. Who's That Chick with David Guetta? One of Rihanna's forgotten singles, but it goes off. Shut Up and Drive. Love the 80s new wave vibes from the song, but the lyrics and melody are not my favorite. If I Never See Your Face Again with Maroon 5. The song is dripping in Prince vibes. Think I would like it more if it was a solo Rihanna song. Right Now. I would like the song so much better if it wasn't for that EDM drop. It's just so dated. Te Amo, Rihanna's Spanglish tribute to a lesbian love is cute. Selfish with Future, the less of Rihanna and Future's collaborations. Can't Remember to Forget You with Shakira, a song that's more notable because of its video. Wait Your Turn, mood-setting statement song. Russian Roulette is not a bad song at all, but not one I revisit often. You the One of Rihanna's more plain love songs. Wild Thoughts with DJ Khaled and Bryson Tiller. I love Rihanna's energy on this song, and that's pretty much it. She is the star of the show. Birthday Cake. the prototype for Rihanna's trap bangers. Not bad, but I feel like she would do much better with this style of song after its release. It's also very short and has an abrupt end. Nothing is Promised, one of our first glimpses of what eventually would become rappery. Sledgehammer, one of Rihanna's singles written by Sia, and undoubtedly her best soundtrack song. Hate That I Love You with Neo. I actually find this ballad to be very sweet and the melody nice, but I don't think the production has aged the best. Jump, an inoffensive, straightforward sex jam. Disturbia, I know, everyone loves this song, and it's a newer addition to the very slim pop Halloween classics category. Some could even say it was one of those songs that predicted the very theatrical dark pop that would eventually become a standard for other artists during that time. But this song has always been in a not skipping but not rushing to turn it on category for me. American Oxygen. This song appears to be one of Rihanna's more low-key singles and not as well received, but I find it to be pretty compelling even if it's very simple in general. If It's Loving That You Want, one of Rihanna's earlier singles, I think is just pure summery fun. Rehab, one of Rihanna's first jabs at earnestness, and I think it goes over pretty well. SOS, notable for being the song that stopped Rihanna from becoming a one-hit wonder. It's nice. Talk That Talk, one of Rihanna's many moments of being a dom, but not her strongest. Work with Drake, it's better in a party setting, but not even close to being one of Rihanna's best, or a top contender in Ree and Drake collabs. Cockiness, Rihanna with A$AP Rocky, who is now the father of her children. I appreciate Cockiness' ambition, especially sonically, but it's just not a home run. I also like her solo version better. Bad with Wale. I prefer the original version, although Rihanna's voice also perfectly suits this song. Run This Town with Jay-Z and Kanye. I think songs like these showcase how easily Rihanna could assimilate into hip-hop. She has the attitude for it. Bitch Better Have My Money, a song that shows Rihanna's stature and seamless ability to transform into a rapper, and a compelling one at that. It's a banger all the way through. Take Care with Drake and Rihanna. This is probably Drake and Rihanna's most beloved collab, and honestly, I just wish it was a solo Rihanna song. Because Drake sounds incredibly whiny and annoying on this song to me, Rihanna is the show stealer and the song carrier. Pour It Up. I love Trap Rihanna, this is a strip club banger if I've ever heard one. We Ride, one of Rihanna's more modest earlier singles. It's very simple, but I like it, it's catchy. Love the Way You Lie was one of Rihanna's boldest artistic moves, being the front woman in a song that so boldly tackles domestic violence, after publicly being a victim of domestic violence herself. Eminem delivers fiery if a bit clumsy verses that contrast with Rihanna's show-stealing melancholic hook. It's one of her most agile and beautiful performances. All of the Lights with Kanye. Kanye and Rihanna made some good music together. I wonder how Anti would have sounded if he executive produced it like he was initially intended to. Where Have You Been? Her second collaboration with Calvin Harris, and it's a very scenic song. Unfortunately, the drop isn't the best, but it's still a pretty compelling hit. Take a Bow. Take a Bow had the honor of being Rihanna's very first kiss-off anthem, and also where we started to see her ooze with her coolness. Sure, the production lacks many tricks, but Rihanna's delivery and conviction is all it needs. She roasts her ex as she's kicking him out. Her fierceness is unwavering in this song. Only Girl in the World. She sells this song as if it's the last song on earth, and it really feels like she's the only girl in the world on this song. It's big, it's commanding, it's fun. It's one of the better slices of the EDM pop era of the 2010s. What Now? A beautiful ballad and one that I feel is one of Rihanna's more underappreciated songs. Hard. The potent lyric from this song is that Rihanna Rain just won't let up. And she was only on her 4th album then, but damn was she right. Loyalty with Kendrick Lamar. Here we have Rihanna's best rap verse. She flows absolutely effortlessly. Her and Kendrick have such magnetic chemistry. Needed Me. Needed Me marked a new minimalist approach in Rihanna's work. It's edgy, sleek, cool, and is a song that so many pop stars could only wish to perform so effortlessly. Many songs in the late 2010s tried to be edgy and convince the public of its savagery, but few feel as convincing as Needed Me. We Found Love. Arguably Rihanna's most influential hit that completely reshaped popular music and spawned various imitators. Critically, it's often looked at as the golden standard of the EDM era, and it's a song that I admittedly did not like at its peak, and one that I grew to love with time. Rihanna sounds absolutely euphoric on the track, and the drop is actually nice, and that damn music video. That music video is also probably Rihanna's best. S&M, just a solo version, the best version of the song. According to Rihanna, the song has a double meaning of her relationship with the press, firmly taking a page out of Madonna's book Circa Human Nature. Although the lyrics of S&M don't explicitly hint at its double meaning, the music video certainly does. It's a fiery song with brash synths, and Rihanna proudly saying that chains and whips excite her, and how much she loves sex. It's a no-brainer as to why the song has become one of Rihanna's staple classics. Cheers, drink to that. This is one of Rihanna's great party anthems that hasn't exactly landed in the cultural canon, overshadowed by songs like Only Girl in the World, What's My Name, but it's one of those songs that I feel encapsulates the best parts of party pop Rihanna. It's so laid back and fun. Diamonds. Diamonds is arguably Rihanna's most known ballad, covered on every singing competition show ever. It was inescapable. Penned by Sia in 12 minutes, it stands as a true gem in Rihanna's discography, thus the name. What's my name? Is a question that we know Rihanna doesn't have to legitimately ask. She is one of the most famous women on earth. But when she asked the question on this song to be tantalizing, it resulted in one of her biggest hits. It's a very simple earworm, but has a nice dancehall feel. It features a decent verse from Drake, who was still cosplaying as a soft boy then. And the generous Queen Ree ended up landing Drake his very first #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Pon de Replay, the song that started it all. A sublime dance floor filler. Even though many people thought Rihanna might be a one-hit wonder at this point in her career, I think this single shows a lot of star qualities, and that voice and tone owns the spotlight. If only Rihanna recorded an entire album with just dancehall and reggae bangers like this. Man Down. Speaking of reggae, Man Down is one of Rihanna's finest and best aged works. She doesn't camouflage her accent, and she is unrelenting in the song about shooting a man that abused her. I think it does a great job of showcasing the versatility of Rihanna, how she can effortlessly switch between party anthems and serious narrative-driven songs and be equally compelling at both. Rude Boy. I don't think it's a coincidence that a lot of Rihanna's glory moments come from when she pays tribute to her island roots. She rarely misses when her homegrown sound is the sonic direction. Rude Boy is a lone wolf on Rihanna's otherwise depressing and sad album Rated R. But in a way, it also makes it much more worthwhile. The Rude Boys are nothing when it comes to the bad girl. The song is overconfident, bouncy, and fun. Rihanna is the prize and she knows it, and we believe it. Love on the Brain, a song that absolutely no one expected from Rihanna. It's unapologetic in its retro doo-wop inspiration. And its subject matter, tackling the complexities of abuse and love, is one of the most standout and stirring vocal performances of her career. A song that surely will stay on the brain of listeners for decades to come. Stay. Rihanna isn't exactly a balladeer, but my goodness, when she pours into one, she nails it and rivals at times and excels the full-time balladeers. Stay is lush, heartbreaking, and perfectly crafted. It has just the right amount of hooks and keeps intact simple production. Rihanna and Mickey Eco's vocals swirl and swim together, setting a beautiful atmosphere for one of her most shameless shirt-tugging and tear-jerking songs laid to record. Umbrella. What can be said about Umbrella that hasn't been said before? The song that skyrocketed Rihanna's superstardom and made her the star that she is today. It is such an inventive and weird song with a hook that's simply impossible to not get stuck in your head. Decades later, and it still stops you in your tracks. Don't Stop the Music. Rihanna has shapeshifted through many different styles, so much so that you could quite literally separate her discography into separate playlists, depending on if you want pop Rihanna, R&B Rihanna, island Rihanna, or dance Rihanna. Don't Stop the Music is a song that would come on top of a dance Rihanna playlist, and honestly is one of the greatest songs of her career, just genuinely joyful. Completed with a sample of the King of Pop, it embraced classic pop greatness with a fresh modern twist. She operates as the queen of the dance floor in this track. Kiss It Better. Although Rihanna is not short on great ballads, as I've said before, I certainly wouldn't consider her a balladeer, but when she does do one and it's released as a single, it usually always feels quintessential to her artistry and journey, abandoning the heartbreaking narrative of many of her most popular ballads such as Stay and Love on the Brain. Kiss It Better introduces braggadociousry on a softer note. Carried by the electric guitar in an 80s R&B inspired atmosphere, it's a ballad that would have made Prince proud. Anti is regarded as Rihanna's best record for many reasons. There's a certain sophistication and care sprinkled throughout the record that pushes Rihanna into new territory while acknowledging and tributing classic sounds that simultaneously help shed a new light on Rihanna's artistry and maturity. If Love on the Brain is the crown of the album, then Kiss It Better is the ear-stealing gem dead center of the crown, confidently embracing its own finesse. Rihanna has an absolutely effortless cool that not many pop stars are blessed with. She makes it all look so easy, it makes it sound even easier. Many of those defining traits are sprinkled throughout Kiss It Better. Vulnerability, confidence, sexiness, wrapped up in a slinky hook that sounds primal, and for Rihanna, as natural as ever.